Welcome to another episode of Horror Nights. Now listen, horror fans, grab your shovels and hold your pets close. Today, we're digging into the creepy crawly world of Pet Semetary. Released in 1989, this Stephen King adaptation is a chilling tale of grief, resurrection, and why you should never trust a burial ground with a misspelled sign. Directed by Mary Lambert, it got undead cats, tragic kids, and a vibe that'll make you side your eye backward. Let's dive in. Don't worry, I won't spoil too much. Or will I? So here is the gist. Louis Creed, a doctor played by Dale Midkiff, moves his family, wife Rachel, daughter Ellie, and toddler Gage to a quaint Maine town. Happy to say Rachel is played by Denise Crosby as well. You might know her as Tasha Yar in Star Trek The Next Generation. Their new house comes with a creepy pet cemetery out back, spelled Sematary, because apparently even the dead can't spell. And when their cat Church gets pancaked by a truck, their neighbor Judd, a grizzled Fred Gwynn, introduces Lewis to an ancient Micmac burial ground that brings things back to life. Here's a little spoiler. What comes back ain't quite right. Cue in the chaos, heartbreak, and some seriously messed up family decisions. Now, fun facts. Fact number one. Let's talk about Church, the real star of this movie. Did you know they used 7 different cats to play him? 1 for cuddling, 1 for hissing, 1 for just lying there looking dead. Talk about a feline assemble. Stephen King himself insisted the cat be named Church, short for Winston Churchill, because his own daughter's cat inspired it. Fun twist, in real life, King's cat didn't die, at least not that we know of. Weird fact, too. The real Pet Sematary. Here's something wild. The Pet Sematary in the film, totally real. It's based on an actual pet graveyard King stumbled upon near his main home. He wrote the novel after wondering, what if something buried there came back? Oh, and that creepy house in the movie, it's a real place in Hancock, Maine. Still standing, still giving off vibes. Locals say tourists show up all the time, snapping pics and probably hoping to see a zombie cat. And, while we're at it, let's get to Gage, the toddler who steals the show. And your nightmares, played by 3-year-old Miko Hughes. Gage's resurrection scene is pure horror gold. That little scalpel, the tiny, evil giggles, chef's kiss. Fun fact, Miko was so good at playing dead, the crew had to keep checking he was okay. And a weird fact is that Stephen King originally didn't want Gage to come back in the book. He thought it was too dark. His wife, Tabitha Bates, said, go darker, and thank you for that. Fun fact, the Ramones connection. Switching gears, did you catch the soundtrack? The Ramones recorded Pet Sematary just for this movie after Stephen King. A huge fan handed Dee Dee Ramone a copy of the book. It's catchy, it's punk, and it's about not wanting to be buried in a pet cemetery. Ironic, right? The band loved it so much they even cameo in the film on a TV screen. Rock and roll meets the undead. You like some weird facts? I do. In the director's vision, here's a quirky tidbit. Mary Lambert was one of the first women to direct a major horror film, and she leaned hard into the weird. She insisted on practical effects like the oozing undead makeup over CGI, which isn't big yet anyways. She also fought to keep the film's bleak ending intact. Fun bonus, she later said she wanted the movie to feel a dark fairy tale, which explains those airy storybook vibes. The legacy! So why does Pet Semetary stick with us? It's not just the scares, it's the gut punch of grief. Lewis's desperation to bring his family back hits hard, and that final scene, oof. No happy endings here. The 1989 flick grossed over $57 million, huge for a horror film back then, and it's still a cult classic. Oh, and if you're wondering about the 2019 remake with Jason Clarke and John Lithgow, it flips some plot points, but the OG holds a special twisted place in our hearts. So there you have it, folks. A deep dive into Pet Semetary, where dead is not better, and the cats have more lives than you'd hope. Whether it's the 7 churches, the punk rock vibes, or a toddler with a scalpel, this movie's got layers of fun and freaky. What's your favorite creepy moment? Let me know. And maybe don't dig up your backyard tonight. Sleep tight. Well, there you have it, folks. Another cult classic film here on Horror Nights. Stay tuned for our next episode. We'll be talking about another Stephen King film.